Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video, but this video today is all about Alright, so let's jump right into it. Now, I'm going to let this wave play out so this way you guys have a visual and a general idea on why I picked these 5 epics, and then you can see how they synergize and get through this wave. So as soon as they're done with this wave, I'm going to come back, comment, and pretty much break down every single champion. So enjoy the first wave. See you guys in a sec. Alright, first wave done. So we'll start from the left and we'll break down Rain Beast first. Okay, so this is Rain Beast 1 and this is his stats. Now, you don't have to worry about accuracy, resistance, crit damage, and crit rate for this champion. Just try to get his speed up pretty high and also his HP and defense, because what this guy pretty much does is provide extra healing with his A1. So in short, the more he attacks, the more healing power your team composition will have. And not only that, he does provide shield through his passive ability. So pretty much whenever an ally gets attacked, you do get this pretty big chunk of shield placed upon them, and it only happens once per turn. So remember, speed is pretty key, and having 2 Rain Beasts on your team comp gives your whole team composition a lot of survivability. So let's check out the second Rain Beast's stats and mastery real quick. So here we go. This is the second Rain Beast's stat, and just remember, speed, defense, and HP is what you want to focus on for the champion. And I forgot to mention, both of these 2 champions have 0 masteries, so that's a good thing. All you have to do is just get some decent gear, don't worry about their masteries, and honestly, you don't even have to book them out. So these 2 champions are really cool for Faction Wars 21. Now let's move on to Taurus. You can see right here his artifacts, and it's not even fully upgraded, so not too bad for Faction Wars 21, right? And his total stats. Now I will have to note that he has way too much accuracy. I think honestly probably 250 to 300 is pretty good for this content, so don't go for his accuracy too high. But for this champion also, HP, defense, and speed is a must, and definitely not that much accuracy, but somewhere between 250 and 300 will be most ideal for this champion. And this is his masteries. Now this is what I was just using at the moment, but I wouldn't say this is ideal for Faction Wars 21. If I could do this over, I'll take off Sniper because he doesn't really need that, and he has way too much accuracy, so I'll probably use something else instead of Eagle Eye. But that is it for his masteries. Now why is he here? It's because of his A3. This A3 does a lot of damage. I mean, it tosses up so much poisons. You see it in the video, and it comes with an unkillable. So combining this ability with the 2 Rain Beasts definitely works out. He's not able to die, and he gets healed up. So it works very well. Very good team synergy, and this is fully booked. You don't want this on a 5-turn cooldown. You want this on a 4-turn cooldown. So definitely book this ability out. And now let's move on to Steel Skull. He is here because he pretty much fills the gap. His A1 has poison, his A2 has heals, and his A3 has increased defense, plus his aura increases defense of the overall team composition, so he is very good for Faction Wars 21. Here is his artifact and stats. Now once again, a little bit too much accuracy, but you can see here HP, defense, and speed is pretty good, so this is all you have to do for him also. As for his masteries, we did go with War Master because it will do a little bit more damage with his A1. Plus, we got Sniper on this one because his A1 isn't 100% placed on poison, so that Sniper will help. Master Hexer will extend those poison buffs a little bit. So that is it for his masteries. And now let's talk about the last champion, Hyde. Here is his artifacts and his stats. Now I have him relentless because I want him to go multiple times because he does have that decreased turn meter of capabilities built into his skill set. So this is why he is here also. Just like the other champions, focus, HP, defense, and speed, and his accuracy is pretty good where it's at, and he'll be good to go. And now let's move on to his masteries. So something like this works for his masteries. You want to get War Master so he does a little bit more extra damage to the boss. Sniper helps him out a little bit with his passive. You definitely want to get Master Hexer so he has decreased attack up as much as possible. And you know, nothing really too complicated, but boom, that is his masteries. Now let's just talk about his skill real quick and why he's in this team composition. Hyde is here for two reasons. One is because he has decreased attack, which attacks all enemies, which is very helpful. And second is because his passive pretty much helps you decrease the turn meter of whoever he hits. And he has a few more other abilities that does a similar thing. So overall, what he does is mitigates damage with decreased attack and at the same time reduces their turn meter. So you're able to use your Rain Beast to go a few more times extra, which provides more heal for your whole team. So this synergy between all these champions works out very well. And now let's talk about the mechanics of the boss. This boss does have a few tricks up his sleeve, but it's really nothing you can't handle. All you have to do is once you get to the boss, take down the 2 minions, which will be no problem for this team composition, and you just have to be mindful of his A2 because what it will do is take your buffs and put it on him and take his debuffs and put it on you. And his A1 doesn't really hit that hard as long as you have decreased attack. Plus, we have a lot of healing potential. We have a lot of survivability here, so no big deal. Now, you can see his A2 is on a 1-turn cooldown right now, so he will use it as soon as he gets a chance with his turn meter. So we're just gonna let this play out so we can see that in action. And what I'm doing right now is pretty much trying to put up no buffs, but he did steal 2 of our buffs. Now it's on a 3-turn cooldown, so this is where you want to put all your debuffs and all your buffs up, so this way you could pretty much take advantage of the mechanics. And you can see right here, Taurus is going to put up all those poisons, which is the majority of the damage. So if you just play your cards like this, you really can't auto this. You have to do this on manual and you'll be just fine. And now sometimes, because I do have Master Hexer on, sometimes the debuffs might overlap and it might get put on you, but it's really no big deal. It's really not gonna harm you. You'll be able to survive. Another thing to be mindful is that every time Rain Beast attacks with his A1, he will place a continuous heal. So you don't want to place that on the boss when he steals it with his A2, because that continuous heal does heal this boss with a lot of HP, right? So whenever the boss is about to use his A2, make sure you have Rain Beast's A2 up, because his Rain Beast's A2 does nothing but damage, right? So this way you can't put a continuous heal on yourself, so just keep that in mind. Sometimes you could like time it if your champions are low on health and use Hyde to decrease turn meter and try to sneak in that continuous heal. But if the boss's turn meter is about to fill up and you have Rain Beast's A2 up, use that instead, so that way for sure you will not put continuous heal on the boss, well, on yourself, and then the boss steals it, right? So you can see right here, I'm going to use the A2 and I'm going to use the A2 again, and this way the boss doesn't steal anything from us, even though he did place all those poisons on us. But it's really not a big deal. You'll be able to survive because we have a lot of sustainability within this team comp. We're going to put this increased defense on, we're going to reduce the turn meter, put decreased attack, right? So everything works out well. And that is pretty much it. No, I am actually tripping. There is one more major thing to deal with. So when this boss reaches, I'm not sure, people say 20 to 25%, he's going to use his A3, which is going to swap out his HP, right? Yep, he did it right here. Now, this isn't really a big deal as long as you're able to heal yourself up. I'm pretty sure most of you guys will be fine. Maybe the timing might not be synced for some runs and you might lose. If that happens, don't worry, just do it again. But I'm pretty sure with this team comp, you'll be just fine. And you should be able to do enough damage by using Taurus for his poisons. You have 12 turns to get it done. And I'm pretty sure you could do it. I did it. And pretty much Taurus's damage is based on the poisons, right? So it doesn't even matter how much crit damage or crit rate you have. All you have to do is just play within the rules of stage 21 and you'll be just fine. So yeah, that is it in a nutshell. This is how you could beat stage 21 faction wars using all epics. And I just want to say, this team comp has a lot of room for improvement, and also a lot of these champions could be switched out. If you have 2 steel skulls, maybe use two steel skulls instead of 2 Rhine Beast. And I don't know, maybe you really don't need Ironhide. If you have the legendary what's his name, like Koronar or something like that, if you have him, use that, right? So there's a lot of other champions you could switch out, but pretty much this is like the basics of this team composition. One poisoner to do tons of damage and has some survivability, right? But really though, what makes this team really work is having good speed, HP, and defense, and your runs should go pretty well. And yeah, so that is pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys will be able to clear Faction Wars 21. I'm just gonna let this play out. And I don't know, I guess I'll catch you on the next video. So till then, peace, take care, and hopefully you guys had a good weekend, because I think it'll be Sunday by the time I upload this. So yeah, with all that being said, see you guys next time.